Welcome all, this is Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Today's top headlines. Reports of second leakage in Vizag not true. Working to ensure complete plugging of leak, says NDRF chief. Rumors about a second leakage in Vishakhapatnam are not true and the experts on the ground are working to ensure complete plugging of the breach, NDRF chief SN Pradhan said on Friday. Pradhan said there was no need to panic and the experts who reached the incident site on Thursday night are working on the ground to successfully complete the plugging process. Union Home Ministry had also clarified that a minuscule technical leak had occurred at the chemical factory in Andhra Pradesh, Vishakhapatnam, but it was controlled and the process of neutralization was on. Teams of the National Disaster Response Force (NDRF) and the National Environmental Engineering Research Institute (NEERI) are on the ground to support the local administration, the ministry said. He said the fumes that were seen coming out is a technical issue that is reported during the plugging process. It has nothing to do with leakage as such, and hence there is no reason to believe that there is a second leakage, the DG said. He said experts of the National Disaster Response Force (NDRF) and others reached the incident site overnight from Pune and Nagpur, and they visited the leakage site last night and on Friday morning. Vishakhapatnam gas leak raises concerns over industrial safety in Hyderabad. The industrial accident in Vishakhapatnam has raised questions over the safety of people residing in areas close to industries, especially now as many factories would be restarting their full-fledged operations post-lockdown. Director of Factories B. Raja Gopala Rao said there are definitely two industrial units in the state that utilize styrene, the killer gas that leaked out in Vizag on Thursday. Apart from them, there might be one or two more units that use the chemical. They do not store styrene in large quantities like in Vizag plant and have only a few hundred tons of it. Safety inspections are being done regularly and we will inspect them once again in the wake of the Vishakhapatnam disaster. Gopal Rao said the factories have staff who are experts in the know-how of how to completely shut down and restart safely. Every factory follows the standard operating procedures. While bulk drug companies were allowed to work during the lockdown, the factories that were required to be shut were asked to ensure that all their chemical processes were completely before they were shut down. They were not closed abruptly. Three migrants among 15 test positive in Telangana. The state on Thursday recorded 15 positive COVID-19 cases, of which 3 patients are migrants from Mumbai. This takes the total number of positive cases in Telangana to 1,122. Another 45 people who have recovered were discharged on Thursday, taking the total number of recovered patients to 693. The 3 migrants were traveling by road to Telangana and their swab samples were collected at the border. Speaking to Express, Yadadri Collector Anita Ramchandran said they had shifted to Mumbai over 15 years ago. Before that, they were the natives of Yadadri. No deaths were recorded on Thursday and the total toll remained at 29. The number of districts without any fresh cases for the past 14 days has increased to 22 from the previous 17 districts. Most of the COVID-19 cases are concentrated in Hyderabad and its neighboring districts of Malkajgiri and Rangareddy. Andhra CM announces Rs 1 crore relief to kin of people killed in Vizag gas leak. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy on Thursday announced an ex gratia payment of Rs 1 crore each to the kin of those killed in the styrene gas leak incident at LG Polymers Limited near here, attributing the gas leak at the LG Polymers plant to the stocking of styrene, a raw material used in the unit. Chief Minister Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy said polymerization of the gas led to its leakage. The Chief Minister announced a committee to probe into the mishap and also said the government would talk to the LG Polymers management seeking job for the kin of the deceased in any of its businesses. The Chief Minister flew to Vishakhapatnam, visited King George Hospital and interacted with the victims. Later, he held a meeting with the district officials who told him how the leak happened and what steps were taken. It is unfortunate that the mishap took place in reputed multinational company's unit, he said, adding that a decision on taking action against the firm would be made based on the five-member committee's report. I wonder why the alarm didn't go off when the gas started leaking, he said. Andhra COVID-19 toll now 41 as 3 more die. Cases in state surged to 1,887. The COVID-19 toll in Andhra Pradesh increased to 41 with 3 more people succumbing to the virus in last 24 hours. Two of them were Kurnool and one from Vishakhapatnam. With 54 new cases, the total number of cases in the state increased to 1,887. The number of discharged now stands at 842, with 62 more people having recovered. A total of 7,320 samples were tested from 9 am on Thursday to 9 am on Friday. According to the media bulletin issued by the State Command Control Room on Friday morning, out of the 54 new cases, 16 were registered in Anantapur district and all of them were from the Hindupur town of the district. With the addition of the new cases, the total number of cases in Anantapur increased to 99. With another 11 new cases, Vishakhapatnam now has a total 57 cases. 9 new cases in West Godavari took the tally in the district to 68. 7 new cases were reported in Kurnool district, increasing the total number of cases in the district to 547, and the tally in Krishna district increased to 322 with another new cases reported in the last 24 hours. Send experts to Vizag to provide better treatment, Naidu urges Centre. TDP Supremo and leader of the opposition N. Chandrababu Naidu on Thursday appealed to the centre to send medical teams with national and international expertise to provide treatment to the people affected by the gas leak at LG Polymers in Vishakhapatnam. In a letter addressed to Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, the TDP chief, besides asking for an inquiry into the incident, said it was necessary to shift the entire unit to a special economic zone SEZ that has no population living in the vicinity. It is important to focus on mitigating further loss of lives and minimizing the adverse health effects on the people of Vishakhapatnam in the long run. The centre should provide expertise and guidance to the Andhra Pradesh government until the issue of the gas leakage is brought to a logical conclusion, the former chief minister said. Best time to bring business to Telangana, KTR tells European body. The state government has been trying to land investments from across the globe in the post-COVID era. In a sincere attempt in this direction, IT and Industries Minister KT Ramarao held a video conference with the members of the European Business Group EBG on Thursday and advised them not to look elsewhere as there could be no better investment destination than Telangana. Several ambassadors and senior representatives of industries in the country participated in the video conference in which he requested them to study the pro-industry climate in Telangana. He pointed out that the state was the best bet for them in a scenario that would see dramatic changes in the post-COVID age. Telangana has necessary the action plan for those who want to invest in India. Though there is diverse opinion about India's EODB ranking, the state has set international standards for attracting investments. Telangana is the real investment destination and it is given the EODB ranking separately, Ramarao's averred. Bharat Biotech to develop human antibodies for COVID-19 therapy. The Council of Scientific and Industrial Research CSIR under its flagship program NMITLI New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative has sanctioned a project to develop human monoclonal antibodies as therapy for COVID-19 infections. The project is being led by Bharat Biotech, Hyderabad Best Vaccines, and biotherapeutics manufacturer. This program brings together Academia National Centre for Cell Sciences, NCCS, Pune, and Indian Institute of Technology, Indore, and industry partners Predomics Technologies, Gurugram, and Bharat Biotech in a collaborative mode for a public health emergency. Two more test positive in Vizianagaram. Day after, a 55-year-old woman from Chilakapalli village in Balijipeta Mandal tested positive for COVID-19 while undergoing dialysis at a hospital in Vishakhapatnam. Two more positive cases were reported on Thursday from different quarantine centers in Vizianagaram town. According to Vizianagaram Collector M. Hari Jawarlal, a 39-year-old woman from Dugge village had returned from Nellore about 3 days ago. Similarly, a fisherman who had returned from Veraval in Gujarat tested positive. The authorities have identified 8 contacts of the infectee who returned from Nellore. Similarly, 29 contacts of the woman who returned from Krishna district were traced. Of them, 11 belong to Chilakapalli. Freemasons of Telangana donate 4,000 hand sanitizers to GHMC. The Freemasons of Telangana donated 4,000 hand sanitizers to GHMC Secunderabad zone for the distribution to their field staff of sanitization and entomology. Freemasons of Telangana team comprising 3 assistant regional grand masters Madan Mohan Lal, G. Madulate and D. Ramchandram called on B. Srinivas Reddy, Zonal Commissioner of GHMC, Secunderabad Zone and handed over the hand sanitizers units costing rupees 1.12 lakh prepared as per the formulation recommended by the World Health Organization WHO. Freemasons of Telangana also took up a drive, Project Bun, and for more than 3 weeks now have been distributing 1,500 banana and biscuits every morning at various locations in the city to GHMC sweepers, said officially. UOH fraternity contributes rupees 34.33 lakh to PM Cares Fund. Staff members and pensioners of the University of Hyderabad, UOH, have volunteered to aid the government efforts in fighting COVID-19 by contributing to the PM Cares Fund. Around 1,050 persons, including faculty, non-teaching staff, together contributed rupees 30.74 lakh by way of one-day salary. The UOH on Thursday said some faculty and staff have contributed more than one day's salary, while 204 pensioners of the university have contributed around rupees 3.59 lakhs. Dr. P. Murugan, Assistant Professor, School of Management Studies, had conducted an online workshop on understanding the theoretical contribution in management research during the lockdown period. About 101 persons had enrolled and a total fee generated of the tune of rupees 50,500 also has been donated to PM Cares Fund. Telangana's Class 10 exams after HC's nod, says Edu Main. A schedule for conducting pending SSC public examinations will be announced after the High Court gives permission, Education Minister P. Sabitha Indra Reddy said. The state government has decided to file an affidavit in the High Court explaining preventive measures being taken for the conduct of pending Class 10 exams in view of COVID-19 pandemic. On Thursday, the minister held a review meeting with officials of Education Department on the conduct of remaining SSC public exams and evaluation works of intermediate public examinations. Sabitha Indra Reddy said the government has decided to increase the number of SSC exam centers from the existing 2,530 and elaborate measures will be taken to publicize new centers. Arrangements will be made to accommodate one student per bench during the exams, besides special halls organized at centers for students who are ill. Khammam cops supply groceries to Adivasis in agency villages. Khammam Commissionerate Police have provided essential commodities to tribals affected by lockdown in Gondala agency area in erstwhile Khammam. The Commissioner of Police, CP Tafsir Iqbal, along with additional DCP T. Murlidhar, has flagged off a truck carrying the goods at Two Town Police Station here on Friday. Speaking on the occasion, he said, with the support of donors, the police have so far helped people in towns and villages. The initiative of supplying essential commodities and vegetables to Adivasis in agency was taken by the villages of Kothagudam in order to boost their morale since they lost their livelihood, Iqbal said. He appreciated Sri Rama youth of Kesavapuram in Kosumanchi Mandal for donating vegetables. Kothagudem police have accused the outlawed CPI of forcefully snatching away groceries distributed to Adivasis in agency villages in Bhadradri Kothagudem district by police under the aegis of state government. Migrant workers gathered at BB Nagar railway station. Tension prevailed at BB Nagar railway station in district when over 100 migrant workers gathered along with Babbage believing that a worker special train is to be operated from the station on Friday. The workers from BB Nagar and Pochampalli gathered in front of the BB Nagar railway station on Friday afternoon. The workers belonging to Jharkhand and Bihar state were working in cotton mills located in BB Nagar and Pochampalli. When police teams rushed there, the workers complained that the mill owners were not providing them proper facilities, including food, at the units. BB Nagar Sub Inspector Raghavendra spoke to the management representatives of the two cotton mills and asked them to provide required facilities to them. He has also explained them that online registration was mandatory for migrant workers to get the facility of a karmic train to reach their native places. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share, and subscribe By and Times. Stay tuned, stay updated.